Today, the angels bring a profound revelation about someone who holds a special place in your heart. There is a hidden feeling, a desire that remains in silence but is about to reveal itself. They, who once were part of your life in a unique way, are waiting for the chance to have their love back. But before any decision, you need to understand something crucial that the angels want you to know. What you may not have realized is that, although it seems like they have moved on, the love they feel for you has not disappeared. On the contrary, that feeling has grown stronger, maturing over time, like a flame that stays lit even when it seems the wind could extinguish it. Every moment you've spent together, every word exchanged, and even the shared silences, all of this has built something deep in this person's heart. The angels are here to tell you that this person is going through a waiting period, watching from afar, waiting for the right moment to approach. It's not about impulsiveness or passing desire, it's about a connection that transcends time and space. This person's heart connects to yours in a way that goes beyond what is visible. There is a silent energy between you, something that cannot be easily explained but is felt by both. However, before any reconciliation can occur, there is something you need to know. The angels reveal that, over time, they also faced their own internal battles. They had to deal with fears, insecurities, and regrets that often prevented them from reaching out to you again. It was not for lack of love, but out of fear of repeating past mistakes. This waiting is not just about gathering courage, but to ensure that when they reconnect with you, everything is done correctly, without the burdens that separated them before. The angels ask you to keep your heart open, but with discernment. They know that you also have your own pains, uncertainties, and perhaps have doubts about whether it is worth reviving this connection. That is why they are here, to guide you and show you that true love never fades, but sometimes needs to be purified through time, silence, and individual growth. Even in silence, this person has never forgotten you. They carry memories, special moments that they often revisit in their thoughts. The angels show that, even when everything seemed lost, this love remained, latent, waiting for the chance to be reborn. And now, that moment is approaching. But for this to happen, it is important that you are prepared, not only to receive this love back, but also to understand what has changed, both in you and this person. The journey for both of you was not easy. There were misunderstandings, hurts, and perhaps words left unsaid that still echo. But the angels assure that, if both are willing, there is a path of reconciliation ahead. A path where love can be reignited, but in a more mature, stronger, and more conscious way than before. However, there is something you need to consider. Are you ready to forgive? Are you willing to leave behind the pains of the past, so that this love has a new chance? The angels remind you that forgiveness is the key to opening the doors of the heart again. But forgiveness is not just for the other person, it is also for you, to release the burden you carry and allow love to flow freely. They are waiting, but they also know they cannot force anything. They respect your time, your space, and hope that when the right moment comes, you can reconnect in a true and deep way. The angels are working behind the scenes, preparing the way for this reconciliation to be possible, but it all depends on you, on your willingness to welcome this love back into your life. This wait is not in vain. Each passing day, this person gets closer to a decision that can completely change the course of your story. But before that happens, the angels ask you to look within yourself, to ask yourself what you truly desire. Are you ready to give this love another chance? Are you willing to face the challenges that this reconnection may bring? As the angels reveal more about this situation, they invite you to look into your heart with honesty. What do you truly feel for this person? Perhaps you have tried to distance yourself emotionally, believing that time would heal the wounds and that it would be possible to move on without looking back. However, the angels know that there is something inside you that still connects to this person, something that, despite everything, was never completely erased. This person is also going through a moment of deep introspection. The angels show that, although they have tried to move on, their heart has always come back to you. There is an important lesson they both needed to learn during this time apart, and the angels explain that often temporary separation is necessary for spiritual and emotional growth to occur. But now, they are ready to take a step forward. The fear that once paralyzed them is being overcome by the strength of the love they feel for you. However, before this closeness happens, it is essential that both be at peace with the past. The angels ask you to reflect on the wounds you still carry. Is there something that still keeps you from fully opening your heart to this person? The angels remind us that, in many cases, what stops us from moving forward is not the lack of love, but the fear of being hurt again. And this fear, although understandable, can be a barrier to experiencing love in its fullness. That's why they are here to help you heal those wounds, to guide you towards a place where love can bloom again, without the shadows of the past. This person, just like you, has fears and insecurities. The angels show that they have been reflecting deeply on the mistakes they made, on the things they wish they had done differently. There is a genuine desire to repair what was broken, but there is also an awareness that for that to happen, both must be willing to work together, with honesty and patience. The angels encourage you to listen to what your heart is telling you. Do not ignore the intuitions that have arisen, the small revelations that appear in moments of silence or reflection. They remind you that true love, the one that is destined to flourish, is never easy. It requires dedication, effort, and above all, courage. Courage to face fears, to open up, even when there is the possibility of being vulnerable again. However, the angels want you to know that this vulnerability is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. Only those who have the courage to open their hearts can truly experience the transformative power of love. And it is this love that this person wants to share with you, a love that goes beyond past mistakes and seeks a fresh start. The angels also ask you to pay attention to the signs around you. It may be that in recent days, you have noticed small hints that something is about to change. There is movement happening in their heart, a transformation that is preparing them to take the initiative to reconnect with you. However, the angels warn that this reconnection needs to be careful and grounded in what has been learned during this time apart. The angels show you that, although love is the force that unites you, communication will be the key to any new beginning. This person is preparing to speak openly about their feelings, to expose vulnerabilities, and finally acknowledge past mistakes. This is something they did not do before, whether out of fear, pride, or simply an inability to deal with the depth of what they felt. But now, they understand that in order for you to move forward, it will be necessary to break down the barriers that kept you apart. It is important for you to also be ready for this conversation. The angels advise you to not only listen to this person's words, but also pay attention to the energy behind them. Sometimes, what is said is less important than the intention with which it is said. They encourage you to open your heart to listen with empathy, but also with clarity, without letting the emotions of the moment cloud your judgment. The angels want you to know that, even if this reconciliation is their heart's desire, it can only happen if both are willing to build something new from the ruins of what was broken. And that won't be an easy task. Challenges from the past may resurface, which is why the angels ask that both be prepared to face these difficulties with patience and commitment. However, they reassure you, saying that if the love is true, it will have the strength to overcome any obstacle. What you two have is special, something many people spend their whole lives searching for and sometimes never find. This kind of connection is rare, and the angels want you to value it. They show that this person is aware of how important you are to them, how much your presence has brought light and transformation into their life. But the angels also ask you to remember that love is not enough if it's not sustained by mutual respect, trust, and a willingness to grow together. They advise you to be clear about what you need for this relationship to thrive. Setting expectations from the start will be crucial to prevent old patterns from repeating. If this person truly wants to have your love back, they will need to be willing to work on themselves, to correct past mistakes, and to offer you the respect and appreciation you deserve. The angels reveal that the universe is conspiring to bring that person back into their life in a new and transformed way. However, they also remind you that everyone's free will is sacred. Although they are preparing to make a move, it is up to you to decide if you are willing to open the doors of your heart again. You should not feel pressured to do so if your heart is not ready. The angels encourage you to follow your intuition and to trust the signs that the universe is sending you. Another important point that the angels want you to know is that this reconciliation, if it is what you desire, will be a rebirth, not a repetition of the past. What you both lived before was a learning experience, and now you are both in a new stage of your personal journeys. If you choose to move forward with this person, the angels promise to guide you so that this new phase is filled with growth, understanding, and true love. But they also ask you to prepare to face your own insecurities. What was lived before has left marks, and you may have fears or concerns that have not yet been completely overcome. This is normal, and the angels are by your side to help you heal those wounds. They ask you to be kind to yourself, not to rush this healing process, as it needs to happen naturally and gradually. If you choose to give this love a second chance, the angels promise to be by your side every step of the way. They will help you navigate through emotions, find clarity in moments of doubt, and maintain the faith that what is true always prevails. However, if your heart feels that it is not the right time, or that this person is no longer the right one for you, the angels also support you in that decision. They want you to know that true love, the one that is meant to be yours, will always find a way, whether with this person or another. The angels remind you that time is an ally. There is no rush to make this decision. They want you to reflect calmly, to listen to your intuition, and to follow the path that resonates with your heart. Whatever your choice, they are here to support you and guide you, ensuring that you will never be alone in this process. In the end, the angels show you that, regardless of what happens, the love you shared with that person was a gift, an important part of your spiritual journey. And that love, in one way or another, has transformed you and helped you grow. Now it is up to you to decide whether this love will be part of your future or remain in the past, as a precious memory of a chapter that taught you so much. Now that the angels have revealed all the nuances of this connection, they ask you to look into the future with hope and confidence. No matter what you choose to do from here on, the path will be enlightened by love and wisdom. The decision to allow this person back into your life or to move on is deeply yours, but the angels want you to know that, regardless of your choice, they will be by your side, guiding each step with tenderness and protection. If you decide to open the doors of your heart again to this person, the angels encourage you to establish a solid foundation from the beginning. They ask both of you to build a relationship where honest communication, mutual respect, and a genuine desire to grow together are the pillars. They also remind you that it will be important not to relive past mistakes, but to learn from them, so that this new phase of love can be different and more meaningful. The angels reveal that this person is willing to do whatever it takes to win back their heart. However, they ask you to be patient and compassionate, as this journey of reconciliation may take time. Just as wounds do not heal overnight, love also needs space to fully blossom. This person is still healing from their own pains, and the healing process is something the two of you can share if both are willing to walk this path together. On the other hand, if your heart tells you that moving on without this person is the best choice, the angels also support you. They know that sometimes the love we feel for someone is not enough to overcome the difficulties we face. And this is not a failure, but a lesson that love, above all, begins within ourselves. The angels remind you that you deserve a love that nurtures you, that makes you feel safe and valued. Perhaps an unexpected encounter, an unplanned message, or even dreams that bring up old feelings. These signs are not by chance. They are the universe preparing you for what is to come. This person is approaching, and the angels show that they are ready to speak from the heart. But for this conversation to be meaningful and true, you must be willing to listen, not just with your ears, but with your soul. It is not just about words, but about an energy that flows between you, something that transcends what can be said. The angels ask you to trust the process, to believe that everything is unfolding in the right way, at the right time. They know that, at times, the waiting can be challenging, that doubts and uncertainties can fill the heart. But they remind you that what is true always finds its way back. And this love, which never completely faded, is ready to be reborn. However, the angels also warn that not everything will be easy. The path of reconciliation, though beautiful, can also be challenging. There will be moments when the past will try to resurface, where old wounds may be reopened. But they assure you that, with patience and love, these wounds can be healed once and for all. And by doing so, they will be paving the way for a new phase, where love will be stronger and deeper than before. Now the choice is in their hands. The angels ask you to reflect carefully on what you want for the future. If you feel that love is still alive in your heart, they encourage you to take that step, to open yourself to the possibility of starting over. The angels continue by your side, guiding you so that you can see clearly what is to come. Now that you have started to reflect on your emotions and the possibility of reigniting this love, it is important for you to understand that it is not just about going back to what it was before. The angels ask you to think of this moment as a new opportunity to build something different, something stronger and truer than you have experienced in the past. That person, who so desires to have your love back, has also changed. They have gone through moments of growth, of emotional maturity, and now see life in a different way. The angels show that they are willing to offer something deeper and more sincere, something that perhaps they did not have the capacity to give before. But this does not mean the path will be simple. Both will need to work together to rebuild the trust and connection that, in a way, have been shaken. The angels want you to know that true love is never lost, but it can indeed be transformed by the experiences we go through. What they have lived so far, the pains and challenges they have faced, all of that has served as a learning process. The question the angels ask you is, are they ready to embrace this new beginning? Are they willing to leave the past behind and move forward, with a stronger and more open heart? The person who is waiting for the chance to have their love back carries the regrets of the past. The angels reveal that there is a genuine willingness to do things differently this time. They have realized that the love you shared was not ordinary, that it was special and unique. However, they also understand that for this love to flourish again, both parties will need to be willing to dedicate themselves and to surrender with honesty. The angels advise you to think about what you truly want from this relationship. Do not be afraid to be honest with yourself. What are your limits? What do you need to feel safe and loved? These questions are fundamental because the basis of any healthy relationship is clarity and open communication. If you choose to give this person another chance, the angels encourage you to have these conversations from the start, so that both parties know where they stand and can build something with solid foundations. There is also a request from the angels for you to release any resentment that may still be present in your heart. They know that, as much as you have tried to move on, some wounds may still be open. These wounds need to be healed so that love can flow freely. Forgiveness is one of the main paths to this healing, and it does not need to be immediate, but it needs to be sincere. The angels are by your side to help you in this process, so that you can release what is holding you back from fully loving again. This person who wishes for their love back has been reflecting deeply on what they did wrong in the past. They blame themselves for many things, but the angels ask you not to look at them with judgment, but with compassion. Just like you, this person is also learning, also growing, and it is part of everyone's journey to make mistakes. The important thing, however, is the willingness to change and to do things differently. And this person is ready to try, as long as you are also willing to open that door. The angels show that the moment of decision is approaching. This person is gathering courage to approach you again, to talk about what they feel, to explain what happened, and to ask for a new chance. But at the same time, they also carry the fear of being rejected. That's why the angels ask you to prepare yourself, to think carefully about what you want to say, about what your heart truly desires. They advise you to speak with honesty, but also with kindness, because what you say can change the course of this story. The angels remind you that the universe is working in your favor, arranging energies for everything to happen at the right time. What is meant to be yours will always find a way back to you, but you need to be willing to accept what the universe is offering you. If your heart tells you it's worth trying again, then move forward with confidence, knowing that the angels are by your side, guiding each step of this path. However, the angels also ask you, above all, to put yourself first. Do not be afraid to set your boundaries, to say what is or isn't acceptable for you. True love respects and honors the other's needs. Therefore, if this person wants to have your love back, they will need to be willing to respect and value what you need to feel safe and happy. The angels are preparing the ground for this reconciliation to happen in a harmonious and blessed way, if it is what they both desire. They are clearing the energies of the past, dissolving any barriers that may exist between them, and opening the way for love to flow freely again. But for this to happen, it is necessary for both of them to be willing to follow this path together, hand in hand and with an open heart. Now that the angels have revealed the foundations of this reconciliation and what may lie ahead, they wish to delve even deeper into the details of what is to come. This person, who so much desires to have their love back, is not just waiting passively. And if this love is not yet clear in this connection, they encourage you to have faith that the universe is preparing something even more beautiful and powerful for you. Regardless of your choice, the angels ask you to trust the process. They are showing you that true love is not something we can force or rush, but something that grows organically, sustained by trust, respect, and above all, by a mutual desire to share life together. If this person is meant to be part of your future, the universe will align everything so that it happens naturally, without forcing anything. The angels also encourage you to take care of yourself during this process. Remember that you are a precious soul, worthy of love, care, and respect. Do not let yourself be consumed by uncertainties or fears, for the angels are by your side, protecting and guiding you. The decision you make will be the best for your spiritual and emotional growth, and the angels want you to have full confidence in that. They ask you to, from now on, allow yourself to feel all the emotions that arise. Do not hurry to decide, nor feel pressured. True love always finds its way, and they assure you that you will be guided to the best choice. Be ready to embrace what the future holds, whether with that person or with new possibilities that the universe is bringing into your life. As you close this message, the angels surround you with a gentle and protective light. They want you to feel the unconditional love that surrounds you, the comfort of knowing that you are never alone. They are taking care of every detail, preparing the ground for you to experience love fully and authentically. Now, the angels ask you to let time and your intuition guide you. Whatever the future holds, know that you are loved and supported, and that everything will happen in divine timing, exactly as it should. May love, light, and peace fill your heart, and may you find the happiness you deserve.